Hello, good afternoon. This is Sharon from Everything Beautiful. Well, today we have a lovely green valance and it has scallops edge. So I will show you how I cut that. But if you notice, it has three medallions and two of the same, and it also has some rosettes. Well, I'm not really a fan of rosettes, but some people do like rosettes, so I add the rosettes. So I think I have about two or three look with this same valance. Okay, so this is number one, and I hope you like it. And what I did here, I actually did the measurement. Now this is 39 inches, and you're going to fold the fabric or fold the paper, and you're going to mark the center, and you're going to need to do some maths, and from the center to here I marked 10 inches. Okay, and because of the paper is folded, then of course it reflects on the other side. Okay, so as a matter of fact, no, first thing I did, I measured from the point here up on the fabric right along to decide how deep I want the peak to be, and from here to the peak was 6 inches. After I did that, I marked from here to here 10 inches, and as I said, it's reflected on the other side. So when I open it, I get my two peaks here, okay, patterns that I want. And for here also, it's a little jabot. It's not pleated or anything. You can extend your fabric and pleat it if you so desire. Okay, so as I said, you can extend your fabric and add pleats there. Okay, so this is what it would be looking like. I didn't want to use any pleats, so after I did this, mark my 10 inches, I also find the center of the 10 inches, which is 5, and I marked a straight line. Okay, and as I said, it's reflected on the other side. So when I opened it, this is what I got, and this is really what I wanted. So I will show you how it's done. And if you notice, so here I've taken off the rosettes. Some people are not a fan of rosettes, as I said before, and this is what it looks like. And the next step now, I'm going to change the middle one and put one of this medallion in the middle with the rosettes. So here is another look without the rosettes. So we just have our 3 medallion or chevrons on our valance. Okay, so I hope you like all of these styles, and I hope you'll be inspired to make them. Here also I have put the rosettes to the tip where the peak is, and it's still looking nice. Don't know if someone will like this one. Okay, just another look for you. And here I have the rosettes closer to the rod pocket. Now I like all of these styles, and I hope you also do like them, and you can, as I said before, decide which one you really like. And I'm going to do a video or give you a little instructions on how to design this valance. Sometimes you go to create something or go to design something, and it turns out to be something else, and this is what happens while I was designing this valance. Now I knew I wanted to do a calops with a peak, but the way these has turned out was not what I intended them to be. How long you want your curtain to be, your valance to be, and the next step will be to mark off the depth of the peak. So what I did from the bottom here to here, I'm actually using 4 inches. 4 inches, okay? So it is 4 inches right along from one end to the other, and here is the center. So I drew my line like that, and the next step is to mark off how wide I want my peak to be. Okay, So I take my tape measure, and from the center here I marked off 10 inches, and then I go back again and I found the half of the 10 inches, which is 5, and I drew a line here and I drew a line here. Okay, so the peak comes here and go back here. All right, so I'll be cutting it now. This line was wrong. Okay, so let me draw the line to ensure that it is correct. So that's it, and this is the other peak. All right, and here, right here, is my little jabot. So I'll just draw that, come back here, and of course I could use my ruler, but I just need it a little bit rounder. All right, so let's cut. Okay, remember the center here, the peak goes up like this. Right, and this one you're going to go by like this, and then I'm going to cut my little side here, semi jabot, like that, and center it. Now bear in mind that all of these, so this is what I have here. All right, so this is the center, this is the middle, and sorry, right here is the middle, right there is the middle, and we have 2 peaks. All right, so we have to the middle one, and another one here, and this one here. All right, so I'll just cut it here, and you must shape it like this. So you're going to cut 3 of this, and you're going to fold it over like this. So that is how you get it, and bear in mind that all these can be lined, so you can cut, instead of cutting 1, you cut 2. So the 3 that you're going to have, you're going to cut 6 pieces, and you're going to stitch them on the wrong side and turn them over, but I won't go through all of that. All right, so this is how I do mine to show you, and I'm going to place it now in this center here. All right, it's a little long, so what I'll do, I'll just cut it, and of course you know that the rod pocket, so you'll have another one here. All right, and you'll have another one to this side, okay, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, and as I said, bear in mind that this valance can be lined. Okay, you can also do a short lining where you just bring it above the peak right here, right along, so you just cut it, place the fabric, place this onto your fabric and shape it, cut it just like this. All right, so place this on your lining, the fabric that you're going to use to line, and just shape it and cut it. And if you do, and then you would stitch the entire thing right around. All right, but if you're doing a half lining where you're just going to go above here, you bring it here and you stitch just the same here, here, here until you finish, and then you just stitch off the side like that. All right, of course this will be inside that little lining. All right, and for the rosettes, all I did was I placed my fabric on the bias like that, and I cut like this, and I I just use my needle and my thread. You can also use the machine to run the gather thread. I just sat down and I used my needle and my thread and formed the entire thing, and that's how I ended up with my rosettes. Happy sewing. Have a good evening.